Good morning. My name is Maria Nava-Froelich, and I'm the Director Coordinator of the Calipatria Island Family Resource Center. I'm part of the Calipatria Unified School District. I also serve on the Calipatria City Council since 2009. I've been a city mayor in 2014, 2016, and 2019. I also serve on a variety of commissions and committees, and I happily serve the community. I am here this morning to support the Imperial County Free Library here in Calipatria on El Día de los Niños and Día de los Libros. I am going to read to the children this morning this book called The Tooth Fairy Meets El Raton Perez. It's by René Colato Lainez and it's illustrated by Tom Lintern. So let's begin. The Tooth Fairy Meets El Raton Perez. Miguelito wiggled and jiggled his tooth until one night it fell out. "Yay, mi diente, my tooth," he said, and put it under his pillow. Soon Miguelito fell asleep. Far away in her castle, the Tooth Fairy read fan letters, counted coins, and searched for addresses. When she saw a star begin to twinkle in the sky, she rushed for her magic wand. "Fantastic! The signal," she said. "A new tooth." Meanwhile, in his cave, El Raton Perez rolled out his maps, practiced his lasso, and worked on his rocket ship. He looked at the moon and licked his whiskers. Then he saw the moonbeam. "Finally, the signal," he said. "A new diente." Tap, tap, tap. Clap, clap. "Here is my tooth." Creep, creep, creep. Leap. "Aquí está mi diente." "Eek, a mouse." "Wow, una señorita bonita." "Who are you?" the Tooth Fairy asked. "I am El Raton Perez," he said, bowing. "I collect lost teeth from niños around the world." The Tooth Fairy smiled, shaking her wand. "I am the Tooth Fairy, and here in the United States I collect children's teeth." She tugged at the tooth. "No, no," said El Raton Perez, tugging back. "This is Miguelito's house, and I collected his papa's, mama's, and his abuelito's teeth. Miguelito's tooth is mine." The Tooth Fairy grabbed the tooth from one side. El Raton Perez grabbed it from the other. They pulled and pushed and pushed and pulled. "It's mine! Es mío!" "Stop shoving your whiskers in my face. Don't poke my nose with that funny stick." Whoosh! The tooth flew through the air. "Oh no, the tooth! Ay, caramba, el diente!" The Tooth Fairy flew to the closet. "Where is my tooth?" She hopped from hanger to hanger, lighting the way with her magic wand. El Raton Perez rushed to the floor below the dresser. He searched, sniffing from shoe to shoe. "¿Dónde está mi diente?" Suddenly they saw something sparkling high on a bookshelf. El Raton Perez jumped and pointed. "Mi diente is up there. I will get it." He launched his lasso at the shelf, but the rope was too short. He tried again and again and again, but it was no use. Ay, caramba, I cannot reach mi diente, el Raton Perez said. It's a beautiful tooth, the tooth fairy said with tears rolling down her face. Es un bello diente. El Raton Perez agreed with tears in his whiskers. I can squeeze into the small places, but I cannot crawl up that high. Wait a minute, the tooth fairy said. Let's rescue our tooth together. I will carry you up. See, he said, then I'll crawl between the books. El Raton Perez carefully perched on the tooth fairy's shoulder. Hold on, she cried. They flew up to the shelf together. I see our diente, El Raton Perez said. He helped the tooth fairy push aside the books, then squeezed in and triumphantly pulled out the tooth. Hooray, said the tooth fairy. Sí, viva, viva, cheered El Raton Perez. Let's share el diente, said El Raton Perez. I am using mis dientes to build a rocket ship, so I can visit the moon made of cheese. You can come with me. And after a trip, I can use the teeth from the rocket ship to build a sparkling castle, said the tooth fairy. Yes, they shouted, dancing around the tooth. The following morning, Miguelito found 2 shiny coins under his pillow with a note that said, From your great amigos forever, the Tooth Fairy and El Raton Perez. And that's the end of the story. The Tooth Fairy meets El Raton Perez.